Welcome back. Certainly glad you could join us today. I thought today we'd do a painting that's very simple. I think you'll enjoy. Let's start out and have them run the colors across the screen that you'll need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, let me show you what I've got up here today. We're using a basic 18 by 24 inch canvas, and we've gone ahead and covered it in liquid white, but you can use any size you want. Alright, if you've been with us before, you know I like to let my paintings take me where they want to go, but today I thought we'd do something a little different. Today we're going to draw a scene from the beautiful Atacama Desert, just gorgeous landscape. So, without further ado, let's dab up some blue in situ and start on a pale blue desert sky. See, that didn't take any time at all. Now, the Atacama sits in what we know in modern times as Chile and Peru, but it was once home to an ancient civilization called the Chinchorro, famous for their well-preserved mummies they left behind. These are the oldest known bodies that were intentionally mummified by little people like you and me. While the mummification techniques of old helped preserve these bodies, the hot and dry sand that they were buried in played the most crucial role. In fact, only 149 of the 282 mummies buried here in our Atacama were mummified by humans. The rest are solely thanks to the brave little sand. So let's start painting some of those sand dunes with some nice potsherd brown. Now, all you have to do is push them out of your brush. There's a dune, there's another. Now, you'll notice I'm adding some crimson tones. And I'd say it's something about like so. Now, if it weren't for this arid climate, the only thing that might have survived were potsherds, but thanks to the happy accident of where the Chinchorro happened to live, we get to know so much more about their beautiful past. Now that we've established where we're talking about, let's talk a little bit more about when while I finish up here. The Chinchorro people lived in the Atacama Desert starting around about 7000 BC, and lasted there for thousands of years until around 1500 BC. Sometimes that happens in nature, you know, but they lived there for a long time and developed a real nice, real complex culture that you can learn a little bit about from their mummies, but I'll get to that in a little bit. The oldest Chinchorro mummy dates back to around 5050 BC, and this tradition stayed with them till the last Chinchorro people lived in about 1500 BC. Let's start painting one of our happy little mummies. Now, the Chinchorro would use a person's bones as the base and cover it in their skin and hair, stuffing the body with reeds and grass. So let's start with some skeleton white. They buried the mummies with clay masks over their faces, so be sure to have some potsherd brown ready too. Now, the dearly departed were also buried with fish hooks, shells, and harpoons, so feel free to throw in whatever fun fisherman paraphernalia that your heart desires. Personally, I'm going to add a cactus needle fish hook. And now just let me add a mask for our little guy. Now, these masks did have facial engravings in them as well sometimes. So let's give him little happy eyes and a little smiley mouth. Now, this is your own little world, and your mummy can be a woman, child, elderly person, or whoever. Everyone's equal in our Atacama, and the Chinchorro thought so too. The fact that they mummified everyone, not just the rich, indicates that they might not have had such a social hierarchy. It's also believed that the Chinchorro could have had some sort of spiritual or religious connection to their dead, due to the care they took in their mummification techniques. They seem to bury their mummies in approximately the same region that they lived, so you can give your corpses a little hometown right in the background of your ancient ritual. Now let me just cover my mummy up in some skin. And that about does it. Now, we hope you enjoyed this, and we hope you join us for the rest of this series. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting, and I'll see you next time, my friend.